Hello, welcome. My name is Molly. I am the Quantum Leap Queen. Welcome into this mystery reading. These readings are designed to give you a message and some nourishment based on wherever you're at in your life. They are timeless readings for you to utilize whenever you need some nourishment. And if you clicked on this video today, I have full trust that there is some message in here that will help you. So I'm going to set the intention right off the bat to give you the best messages that you need to hear today. And I, as always, like to start with some tarot. Tarot gives me the details about what's going on and what this group in particular needs to talk about. So let's begin. I'm starting with Every Little Thing You Do is Magic, this tarot deck. And what are we talking about today? Let's find out for this group. What does this group need to know today? Have the Wheel of Fortune. Nice. This is a beautiful first card to get. The Wheel of Fortune. What else with that? What else are we talking about here? I have the Two of Pentacles. Ooh, something about the choices that you've made recently are opening up new doors of opportunity for you. I see that. It's something about the work that you've done. You've done such great work. Acknowledge the work that you've done. Seriously. I don't think this is a group that shies away from the work that needs to be done. I think you eventually just get to it. And I think that's what you've done some. I see you opening up to more possibilities, and that's why I think the Wheel of Fortune came out first, and this door with the hand coming out is like, guess what? You're attracting new opportunities for you. If you haven't seen them already manifested, they're definitely there energetically. What else does this group need to know about where they're at? I have Temperance. Ooh, nice. You are in a new chapter of self-acclimization and knowing yourself and filling up your own cup and taking your power back. There's a lot you've been through to get to this point. Okay, here we go. We got the Hierophant. I have the Oracle of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Ooh, okay. Okay, that gives me a little bit more details to what happened. But with Temperance, this is the card. And Temperance comes after the Death card, and it is the dawn after the death. So it means that you've been through quite a spiritual journey, going through your own dark night of the soul. And now I feel like you are on that other side. I think this group has done a lot of work when it comes to transmuting your past, alchemizing your past so that you can step more into your magic. I think you've actually done a lot of work when it comes to your mindset, how you see things. I think you've really taken your time looking at the past and deciphering what's true from what's false. And that work pays off greatly now. And I think you feel much more solid and secure in yourself than definitely before you used to. And you have this new sense of, I'm hearing freedom and I'm hearing commitment within you. It's like commitment to your own freedom. There's something like that here. With the Eight of Cups, it's definitely you had to walk away from something that once was emotionally fulfilling to you. But this Eight of Cups is really interesting because it's like a newspaper pile, or actually it's a letter pile. There's a pile of letters here, And then there's a bunch of eyes above the letters, and the eyes are crying. So it's kind of like the Eight of Cups is like, in this sense, it's like getting the facts. Like, you get the facts, and it's not pleasant. There's usually a lot of emotions that comes up with the facts, but they're needed, they're necessary for you to move on in a way that is right for you. You'd rather have the truth than to live in ignorance or to live in the not knowing. So that's what I feel. This group has really alchemized a lot. You've done a lot of your own mindset shifting to the way that you actually want it to be. And I feel like life, therefore, is meeting you. It's meeting you, it's bringing in opportunities. So that's where I feel like this group is at currently. Let me ask for advice for you guys where you're at. What does this group need to hear in terms of advice for their current journey? I have the Empress, nice. And the Magician, wow. You've had a lot of major arcanas come out, so it's like a lot of spiritual learning that you've done, spiritual up-leveling. That's how I see it. I love this Empress card. This has been one of the favorite Empress cards I've seen, my favorite. It's two otters, and I'm assuming the one laying on top is the female and the one underneath is the male. I don't know, but I'm that's just how I'm choosing to see it. And it's like he's holding the space for her to just crawl up into a little ball and just be on his chest. Like, that's so sweet. That's what I want. And as well in the background, to me, I see it as like all of her magic, like all of her witchiness, everything who she is, like her beauty, her rituals, her ritual things. There's even like a crystal here and some flowers and some candles. And yeah, anyway, appreciation for this card. But the Empress coming out with the Magician, the advice is really you have it all. You really have it all. Like, your best advice is just to keep on the same path of embracing and honoring everything that you are, and you will attract the right people, situations, opportunities that come your way. You're no longer chasing, but you are taking action from an aligned place. The Magician, this cute, I almost said kangaroo. No, it's a raccoon, with all of the elements that she remembers that they have access to. So it's like using everything that's available to you, still like crafting some magic, but with the Empress at the same time, it's so much allowing things to come to you. It's a focus on your beauty, and it's a focus on your emotional state. Only allowing those in that really want to honor you. And being honorable, like being vulnerable is what I want to say. Being open enough to be vulnerable with life. So, yeah, I just feel like you're right on the right track, this group. Stay on the same track and even amplify your magic by just knowing that that's your path and that's the correct thing for you to focus on. Let me ask if there's more advice for you guys here. Ooh, nice. 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, oops. I haven't seen this one before. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like this is saying you can manifest your dream life truthfully, and I think it would be wise not to settle for anything if it's not your dream life. I think being open to what that looks like, of course, but it's not settling for a mediocre connection. Like, I think all your connections, you're going to be looking for that spark or that yes, that invite into, shall I continue with this group, with this person, with this project? That's how you're going to craft it together, is by really intimately listening to yourself and your energy and trusting it, honoring it. That's what's going to bring about your manifested dream life. I have the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, with this combo, I feel that there's a message to say that the more that you work with balance and harmony within your own heart, like, integrating your masculine, feminine, integrating your light and dark, and walking in that middle point, that middle path that is more about peace, calm, harmony. With the Three of Pentacles, it's like that's how you're building not only like your vibration and everything that comes with that, like how you see yourself, your self-confidence, your self-esteem, but there's also like a humility to it too, because in the Three of Pentacles there's a beehive, and I think of like worker bees, like they work hard to create their craft and their beautiful home, and I think like that's what it's saying, is the more that you craft that inner peace around you, the more you are literally working to create that vibration, and therefore you're going to align to these beautiful opportunities, and it's just going to kind of come together because you are doing that work of being conscious with yourself. It can be so easy these days to get distracted and not nurture you, not pay attention to you and your deepest needs. So I think that's why we have the heart on the Two of Pentacles card, to say that that's really where the magic sauce is learning how to get into that feeling of gratitude for everything that you are, and then cultivating that vibration of peace and harmony between everything that you are. That's what's going to help bring your dreams to life. That's what's going to help you keep going in a way that is building something beautiful, because you yourself are aligned. Yeah, that's what I get. So it starts from the inside, and then it manifest outside naturally. Okay, I'd like to pull at least like one more card before we move on to some oracle cards. Last final message from the tarot for this group. Thank you. I have the Ace of Cups. Nice. Ooh, nice. And the Apprentice of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is a message to say, like, another beautiful way you can practice your own vibration, your own magic right now, is to create art based on your feelings. Obviously, I think this is known. I feel like this is just confirmation to tell you, if you're not already involved in some kind of artistic, thing, creating something, it would be wise to do that, because that's going to allow you to be more open, like open yourself up and be more vulnerable. And just expression, the pure expression of like what you feel from inside you want to create into life. Like that's what makes us the expression of God, like that's the magic sauce, I feel. So they're just saying, like, honor your emotions with the Ace of Cups. Like, don't put too much pressure on how things should come out. And the Apprentice of Wands, do something with it, like create something. That's the Page of Wands, so it's like a newness in creation. That's how I see it. Something like that. Get your heart involved in what you're doing and what you're creating. That's going to help to open it up even more, and you'll be channeling more of that life source energy through you. That's what I feel. Okay. Nice. Well, let's move on here. I'd like to pull some oracle cards for you guys. I think I'm going to start with the Mystic Mondays. This is an astrological deck. Let's take a look at this. Okay. So, what does this group need to hear most? What would benefit this group the most to hear today? Thank you. Moon, void of course. Disconnect, withdrawal, reception. Interesting. That's the first card. I'm going to ask if there is some more advice with this card. Ooh, okay. We have a trine, auspicious, positivity, and luck. The trine aspect in astrology. We have the 11th house, collaboration, memberships, and network. Nice. And then we have the 9th house, philosophy, spirituality, and knowledge. Nice. Nice. I feel like these are all about beneficial energies, especially the trine. That's a supportive angle. And then the 9th and the 11th house. So it's like higher knowledge in community groups, spirituality connected to humanity. You know, that could be something that you already partake in or want to partake in, is like the benefit, the rising of consciousness within humanity. I think a lot of people into spirituality are also on that same path of rising to our highest potential, which is the rising of consciousness within ourselves, and therefore that vibration helping others to rise too. It's just kind of a natural process, but there could be something you're doing specifically that helps raise consciousness, whether you are into something spiritual, whether it is tarot, whether it is astrology, something like that, or it could just simply be the example that you give in your everyday life to those around you. The void, moon in the void, of course, is interesting because it doesn't quite align with these other three. And what I feel about what it's trying to say is you may not know how this thing comes together. This is a rogue moon, you know, you may not see the path yet, or maybe you have a specific idea of how it's going to turn out, but maybe it turns out another way. They're saying to be open for possibilities that it manifests. This is kind of the bread and butter of what you're creating, and this is simply, let's say the knife. Let's say like you pictured buttering your bread with a particular knife, but it actually is this knife instead. Instead of the one you got at IKEA, it's your grandma's knife. I don't know. It's something like that, where it's like the modality that you end up creating with might look slightly different than what you're originally thinking. That's kind of what I'm getting from that deck. So just be open. That's the message. Be open to all possibilities, you know. For example, like if you're doing tarot now, like me, maybe someday I don't do tarot, even though I can't imagine that right now. Perhaps that is the case. Something like that. So let's move on. Let's do I create my reality next. We'll take a look for some more messages and some more nourishment for this group. What does this group need to hear most? Nice. It says, I love in abundance, receive in abundance. So let's read what it says. I open my heart to receive love. I open my heart to give love. Love is powerful, but it is not to be feared. To fear love is to fear life. Love makes, love moves everything towards its true nature. Make yourself receptive to being filled with love, and once love fills you, you have an endless gift to give. That's sweet. Love in abundance. I love in abundance. I receive in abundance. Love flows freely through me. Man, that's so true. Make yourself receptive to being filled with love, and once love fills you, you have an endless gift to give. It's so true because when you're filled with love, that's the vibration that everyone receives, because at the end of the day, we are all just an expression of love. So that's what I feel this is a great reminder of. And there was a message of opening up your heart even more and finding that place of love. It's like you've done so much work. You've done so much work and you have let go of a lot. But the next place you're going is to be even more open, even more vulnerable, even more connected to love, to source. You're wanting that because then that literally brings in new energy, a new vibration, new opportunities. So, and it truly is like what you give out is what you get back. That is just a universal law I think we all have experienced and we do experience constantly. Because as you do unto others, you are literally doing unto yourself because it is the law of one. So don't you want to feel the love, all the love that's you're cultivating that within you, and you're going to be a great example of that. And you're going to create a lot of magic, I feel like, from this vibration of love. I think it might have been difficult for you to receive love. There's some message like that in the past, but I really think that is an old story on the way out the door. Truly, I think you're stepping into something really, really new for yourself. Let's do the sacred symbols next. We'll take a look. See what messages are here. What is the most crucial message for this group today? What do they need to hear most? Thank you. Gratitude. Nice. That's another vibration. It's a candle and it says gratitude. I don't think it's showing up on the camera. Kind of see it on the side. Okay, so I feel like that one is pretty self-explanatory, but let me look in case there's any nourishment that we want to grab from it. 35, gratitude. Okay. A deep honor, gratitude. A deep honoring is present. Give and feel the great thanks now for whatever blessings have arrived or are en route to you now. Drawing this card invites you to share your devotion or to outwardly express gratitude to someone or something for its presence in your life. Meditate or create a gratitude list for all that you are thankful for in your life. The symbol is devotional candle. Candles have long been used to light a room, a path, or even a cake. They are often used in magical rituals, in memorials, and to honor sacred passages in life. True that. Yeah. I always clear and cleanse myself in the space before I start recording these, and candles are always a part of that, and some Palo Santo, and it is. If you don't use candles more often, definitely do. And from what my understanding, from what just my life experience, I suppose, the fire is kind of like a Wi-Fi system. So you can talk to the fire. You can give things to the fire. in a way that is like respectful, but yet you can connect with life like at a deeper level, and it's the spirit world and stuff. So if that resonates with you, definitely add some more candle work in your life. But that vibration of gratitude, I think that's something you're practicing more and more, and I feel like it's becoming more and more default for you. And yes, so I think that's just a good confirmation, reminder for where you're at currently. And there was one more deck I wanted to pull from here. This is the Animal Oracle deck. And let's take a look and see what's best advice is here for this group. What do they need to hear as a final message? Thank you. Magnetism through gratitude. So now we have two gratitudes out. Nice. We had abundance and now we have gratitude. So let's take a look at this description. 31. Let's see. Okay, magnetism through gratitude, and this is the turkey. Turkey's medicine comes to speak to us about abundance and prosperity through the virtue of gratitude. When we are thankful for what we currently have, life draws to us more things to be grateful for. You are on the verge of super magnetism. Turkey medicine says you draw in dynamic levels of abundance through gratitude. Abundance, gratitude. Man, okay, I see this group. I see you guys. I went the wrong way. Creating and continuously deepening your practice of gratitude will act like a spark that ignites the charge of your magnetism. What accomplishments have you achieved? What desires have you worked so hard towards that have manifested? Focus on these achievements and truly appreciate them. A wonderful daily practice is creating a gratitude journal. Take a few minutes every day to write down all the things you are grateful for. To really connect to the feeling of gratitude, try listening to music that moves you deeply while writing in your journal. If you want to take it a step further, try gratitude dancing. Put on the music that amps you up. Move and dance in gratitude and thank the universe for all you have received and will receive. This is a powerful technique and lots of fun to do with friends too. Your job is to get excited about the generosity of the universe now and start saying thank you. Through this, you will find a level of fulfillment that will bestow joy in new ways for you. Remember to make sure to include gratitude about the unknown in your practice too. Nice. Turkey's medicine comes when something special and profound is being conjured up in the universe for you to receive. Discipline your gratitude practice and get ready for your magnetism to ignite. Nice. And honestly, I feel like I've been feeling that since the beginning for you guys. Like I said, the doors are opening up. And to acknowledge, again, I literally said this at the beginning, to acknowledge how far you've come. Like I said, you let go of a lot of things, but there is like pure potential, like more magic opening up a doorway to get to you, to manifest in real life. It's already in your vibration. I feel like you have just a few more tweaks in your vibration to help yourself open up even more to letting these miracles into your life. So, and it comes back to that vibration of gratitude, because gratitude, you're sitting in the present moment and it is a feeling of like content. And I love how it said, oh, I don't remember specifically now, but it was something about like being grateful for the things that are still coming in. It's like, yes, being grateful for everything you've accomplished. Like, seriously, take a minute to appreciate that. And then being grateful for all that is still coming, all that's still manifesting, and being so grateful you get to be in the present moment and feel these beautiful feelings of gratitude. That's your secret sauce. Like, that's literally what's going to be the right vibration and the most comfortable vibration for you to be in, and it's the one that brings in the magic. So awesome. Feel like the message was clear for this group and we had some fun synchronicities. So, that is your message. That concludes this mystery reading. Thank you guys so much for joining. Again, come on back whenever you need some nourishment and pick a reading based on your intuition. They will be here for you to utilize. Have a great day, guys. Much love and gratitude to you, and we'll see you on the next reading. Bye.